Well, good morning and welcome to another Costa Women Hangout with me, Fiona Catchpowle. Trying a different venue this morning within my new home, which you've heard about the last two or three broadcasts now. So I'm liking the look in the background, and you'll have to let me know and send some comments in on the bottom of the video. With no further ado, let me introduce my guest today. It's Liz Luyben, who is over in England, which caught me off guard, in Hull of all places. Morning, Liz.
Hi. Yes, Hull, of all places. It's funny. Anyone from Britain, you say, "Oh no, I'm going to Hull," and they're all kind of, "Why?" But Hull is quite lovely in its own way, and they have lots and lots
There's
of
lots of
special.
roundabouts, is all I remember.
Yes, lots and lots of roundabouts. You know, the weather's dreadful. Yeah. But they have really good bars, so that's a plus. Because of course, when the weather's rubbish, you go and sit inside and sample some of the local brews. I'm good. Always looking for new beer, really.
Okay, so you've given us a little bit of a hint there on what you do, and the name of what you have is across the bottom of the screen. But it's quite unusual. Well, I've never met a lady who does this. Maybe you can explain a little bit about what your business is and how you got into it.
Well, I'm a brewer, and yeah, I don't meet a lot of girl brewers. This is true. I got into it years ago. I'm from the Netherlands, and I used to brew in my own bathroom, really, with one of those kits, and it gets really messy. But all my friends loved it. Every time I brewed, my friends were all, "Yay, you brewed! We'll drink all your beer." And so earlier this year, I was talking to a friend of mine who runs a bar, and I said, "Why don't I brew your beer? I mean, we'll set up a brewery in your bar and you'll be a brew pub." And I think they're basically I'm from Comares, we don't have a lot of brew pubs there. And I think the concept is kind of new and kind of hip in Spain. So we set it up. It was a very big hit. I got to I got to wear a brewing dress, you know, those Bavarian dresses you get for the Oktoberfest. Well, you know, if there's a dress that goes with something, I'll definitely do it. And no, very cool. I tried it out on a group of people who hang out at the bar a lot. And I first brewed a very British ale, because I thought most of my customers would probably be British expats. And they loved it. They absolutely loved it. So we sold out immediately, started brewing more. Yeah, really, really cool. Really enjoying it.
That's really cool. Now, just as the techie geek in me here, now I suddenly realised I do maybe know a little bit more than I thought I did. But is it difficult to brew here because of the temperature and the equipment that you need here? Isn't there something about Spain that makes it difficult to actually brew beer?
It does, actually. I'm surprised you know that. Yes, not many people know this. Good for you, Fiona. You cannot possibly brew beer in summer, actually. There's a part of it is fermentation, and if that's too quick, beer is rubbish. So I did try, unfortunately, to brew beer in August, and it was rubbish, and half the bottles exploded. So not doing that again. It was really terrible. So yeah, making a lager, I'm getting slightly technical, but let me say the long and short of it is, if you don't have a lot of gear, you cannot brew lager in Andalusia. That's no way. You can brew ale because the fermentation you can have a higher temperature for the fermentation, but lager, no.
Okay, cool. So you're based in Comares, sort of, let me just geographically to people, sort of to east of Malaga.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And how many bottles do you brew, and do you still just sell it in the one location now? Or is it
a batch, my machine, I have a Brouwmeister, and it makes 50 liters at a time. And of that, I guess you end up with about 120 bottles, which is not bad. I mean, you can make a lot of beer in a week. because we sell out so much, I am looking to expand actually to a proper factory that will do all the bits that I'm not crazy about, like bottling and sticking on labels. Actually, sticking on labels can be quite soothing in front of the TV, glue and stuff.
Maybe
But
you
bottling,
could sublet a part of the San Miguel factory at the airport there.
It will be the Cabra Azul factory in a couple of years, and they can sublet from me. But for now, yeah, that would be
that'll be good. And I'll say, I had a Google Hangout with Cabra Azul.
Yes, you knew me way back when. The bottling, there are bits of the. I think that might be why most brewers are boys, because some of it is just heavy lifting and elbow grease. And I was bottling 120 bottles earlier this week. And I totally did my back in. It's just, it's heavy going. So I am looking, when I expand further, I am looking for a bigger brewery to take that bit out of my hand. But
and some burly young men to help you with as well. So maybe if you need to audition young, fit, agile men, I'm sure all the Costa Women ladies will be there helping you.
I think that's a great idea, actually. I like where your mind is at, yeah.
Actually, I already have a big plan hatching. My last hangout was with Elle Mackenzie, who is the content creator for the Warwick Rowers Club, who they're all very fit. Now, maybe we could do a combined effort. They raise money for charity by doing a calendar completely naked. Maybe we could tie in Cabra Azul, get them over to do something with them.
I'm very open to that, I must say. I think I saw a glimmer of that calendar popping by on Facebook, and I did think they looked rather fit. I think they'd be great at bottling beer, actually.
So listen, let's get back to business here. I forgot to do a time check, so I have no idea how long we've been talking, but this is a Costa Women Hangout. Tell me, now I noticed you've been a Costa Women since 2012, but we've never bumped into each other. So Peter Boss recommended I do a hangout with you, which really cool idea, because you've got such an interesting subject to talk about. But being a woman here in business, have you found it any harder being in business here in Spain compared to in Holland, for example?
Yes, actually, yeah. I think that it's still a very paternalistic society. I mean, 20 years ago, you couldn't get a pint in a bar in a village like mine. And I have my first gestor just laughed at me when I said I was going to do beer. And I had to stop myself from slapping him. And I just, you know what, so that
probably a good idea.
I'll just find myself another gestor, someone who takes me seriously. But I'm nearly 40, and he was talking to me as if I was 12 and wanted to start a big candy factory because I like candy. Obviously, I like beer, but I'm also a businesswoman. I'm in it to make money. Part of it is drinking the beer I like, and I just brew it myself. Brilliant. But obviously, at the end of the day, I'm not going to drink it all myself. I need... well, basically, I needed his financial advice. I needed him to get me set up, put me in touch with people who make the rules. And he just sort of went, yeah, little girl, you know that beer is really difficult. You cannot just go and brew it. And I was kind of, whoa, dude, I'm nearly 40. Stop talking to me like that. So
dude, I would love to go in and call my head store dude.
I did call him dude. Wait, some other word sprang to mind, but I did call him dude. Then I went on in Spanish, because my Spanish is actually quite good. But no. So my first advice would actually be, yes, you are at a disadvantage as a woman. So don't be all girly. Go in there and be serious. Because if you're going to be all giggly and nice, they're going to walk all over you. They're going to talk to you like you're 40 years old. And get a gestor, a modern one. Not the guy in the boring suit who's in your village because you've heard he's a nice guy. No. Maybe go to Malaga and find a gestor there. They're a little more modern. They actually believe that women can do other stuff than bake pretty cakes. And, you know, that would be my first advice. Don't
no offense to any of the women that make pretty cakes, of course, because some people are good at making pretty cakes.
That is hard work. But I think if you went to a gestor and said, look, I'm going to make this into a business, he would go all, you make pretty cakes. Whereas, hey, you have a business selling cakes. That is serious business. You want to make money. You don't want someone to tell you that it's pretty and you should do. You want to be taken seriously. So my first advice would be to take a proper gestor who actually, I don't even know if there are women gestors, but try and find one. That would be my first.
Do you know, that's a good point. We should have a look throughout the Costa Women network, because I don't think I have met a female gestor. So, yeah,
there you
go. Interesting. There we go. So listen, how long are you in Hull for? Is this a research mission for your business, or is it for pleasure?
No, it's no offense to Hull, but it's not completely pleasure. The great thing is they have.
I know.
The great thing is they have wonderful bars. I spent last night sampling the Cabra. It's a British thing about the campaign for real ale, and they have a couple of pubs here. So I tried some of their wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I'm completely inspired. That was great. But I'm also here working on some websites, which is my other sideline. So I'm building websites for people.
Okay. Cool. I mean, another cool place to go, because I was at college in Epsom, and there's a brewery there called King and Barnes, and we actually managed to include that as part of our plant sciences category. A visit to the brewery to sample them purely in the matter of research for our biology degree.
Obviously, yeah. Any degree I would take now, I would definitely involve beer in some of it. A law degree, get the beer laws in, and I think that's good. You should always try and incorporate fun in whatever you do.
So what we'll do is, if you get me all your details and send them to you, we'll put them underneath the video, and so we can find out more about, where do we have to come to Comares to buy the beer, or how can we get a bottle of your beer down here in Marbella, for example?
Well, I actually, if you make it worth my while, I deliver. But for now, it's mostly Comares based, because I still do small scale brewing. So if I start exporting big batches, there's none left for the village. But I am working on a collaboration with a bigger brewer. And then I'll have loads more to sell, and it will be in shops in Torre del Mar and probably in Marbella as well. So there you go.
That's really cool. I think perhaps we should schedule a live tasting Google Hangout the next time we speak.
And we'll try some.
Yeah, because you can have 9 people on these Hangouts. So we could all have a little sample, and probably best do it later on in the afternoon.
Probably, yeah.
2 o'clock than a coffee o'clock.
I think you're right there, yeah. Great idea.
Listen, it's been really fascinating hearing about a girl brewer. What's your title? What's your official title?
Head brewer.
Brewer. And it's called Cabra Azul. That's the name of your beer. And we're going to find out a little bit more from you. We'll put, like I said, put all the details underneath to see how we can get a sample of it. And we look forward to hearing more about this fantastic story.
Thank you very much, Fiona. Thank you for having me.
That's okay. I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.